Hey everyone, in this video I want to go over the e-bike kit that I added to my Trek Shift 4. So let's get started. So first things first, if you decide to do an e-bike conversion kit, you want to start with a decent quality bike because you don't want to slap a 1200 watt motor on the back of a $100 Walmart bike and then go out and do 30 miles an hour with it. Bicycles tend to feel pretty flimsy at 30 miles an hour, and if the bike actually is flimsy, everyone's going to laugh at you when you come back with wet pants. Okay, so this is the Ebikeling 48 volt 1200 watt rear hub motor e-bike conversion kit. This comes with everything you need to do the conversion except for a battery. So it comes with the hub motor, the extension cables, you've got a controller up here, and then it also comes with an LED or LCD screen, you can choose. It comes with a menu selector, which I'll go over here in a minute. And then it also comes with a PAS sensor, which is a pedal assist sensor. I'm not using this, the kit will work without it. And it also comes with these brake levers that have safety switches on them. And we don't need safety. Another thing, it comes with a twist throttle. You can choose between a twist throttle and a thumb throttle. I prefer the twist throttle. And so let's go over the handlebars now. Alright, so to power this on, you hold the middle button on the selector, and then the LCD screen will power up. You have current speed readout here. It'll give you a battery percentage. This will only work if you use a 13S 48 volt battery. I'm currently using a 14S 52 volt battery, and I'll go over that a little more here in a minute. And then this is your PAS setting, so if you scroll up it'll increase the amount of pedal assist, but since I'm not using a pedal assist, this is the amount of throttle. So setting 1, it'll only go about 10 miles an hour, and then setting 5 is full power, the full 1200 watts. Down here we have an odometer. You can see I've put 69 miles on the bike so far. Over here we have the twist throttle, so you just twist it. It's pretty straightforward. This does have a USB port in the bottom of this, so like I have my flashlight on here as a headlight, so I'm charging that anytime the bike is on, so that's kind of handy. This does have other settings in here, so like this odometer readout, you can change it with this middle button. If you press this, that's your trip odometer that resets every time you plug the battery in. You press it again, you'll have the voltage readout of your battery. You can see it's reading out at 55.4 volts. There's a current readout, and that is live, so as you twist the throttle, as you draw more current, that'll increase. And then the amount of time on your ride, so you can see I've had this on for 1 minute and 26 seconds. And then it goes back to the odometer. Alright, so this is your controller. It's waterproof. You can see that there's silicone around here, and there's silicone around all these connections. This originally came with an XT60 connector, but I cut that off and put an EC3 connector on there because that's all I had on hand to make a battery with. All of these connectors in the back are unique that come out of here, so you can't really screw that up, which is kind of nice. And then the battery that I'm using for this is actually in here, so let me unplug this real quick. And so this is my string trimmer battery that happens to be a 14S battery, so it works out perfectly for this e-bike. And my commute is about 4 miles to work, so I can ride my bike to work and back twice on this battery and still have a little bit of charge left. So this is a 4 amp hour 58 volt battery, and it seems like that voltage would be too high for this kit, but these companies, I don't want to say it's misleading, but it's kind of misleading because when you pull this thing off the charger and it's fully charged, this is going to be at 58 volts. But as soon as you start using it, it's going to start dropping. So really the nominal voltage of this pack is 51.8. It's a 14S pack. And you can see here, it says 58 volts and 204 watt hours, but the only way that works out is if this is 51.8 times the 4 amp hours. So this battery pack uses spade connections so that it can slide down into things. So I had to modify this, well not modify it, but I had to make an adapter for it because these are just slots down in here. And I actually found this file on Thingiverse and I can leave a link to it, but this is specifically for these Echo battery packs. You can see it's got these raised edges here that fit in there. And then I bought two 3/8" spade connectors and soldered them together, and it works really well. It slides down in here. It's got a good tight fit, and it's in there, you know, it's not gonna come out. So, and then it just runs out and it plugs right into the controller. It works flawlessly. You may be wondering why I'm using this battery pack for my e-bike, and I have several reasons. I had it on hand already, so it didn't cost me anything. But even if it did, and I had to buy one of these, it's around $200, which is cheaper than buying an e-bike specific 4 amp hour 52 volt battery. The cells in this battery are name brand genuine cells, so I know they'll be reliable. The cells are high discharge cells because of the high drain tools and equipment they are designed to be used with. And this is an all-in-one battery with a protective case, a convenient battery level indicator, and a BMS already built in. I could probably build a battery for less than $200, but this is an excellent option if you want to just buy a battery and be up and running. You may think this battery level indicator is silly, but I use it literally every time I ride the bike. When I get home, I pull this battery out of my pack to go charge it, and I hit that button just to see how much of this battery I used. One more thing to mention really fast, this kit does come with a torque arm. So this is a 2-piece torque arm. You can see this arm here, and then there's a piece that goes underneath this nut that gets bolted here. You have to use this. If you don't, you're probably going to destroy the rear end of your bike. The dropouts are going to rip apart because bicycles weren't designed to have this kind of torque placed on these dropouts. And so you want to use something like at least one of these, but ideally two, one on each side. I only have this one on here for right now. Typically this torque arm would go to the front, but because of the design of this bike, I had to have this come out here and go to the back, and then this arm go here. But I still managed to get it hose clamped to the frame, because all of that torque trying to rotate your tire this way is the same amount of torque trying to rotate this dropout that way. One other thing, earlier in the video I said that I didn't use the brake levers that have a safety switch in them because I don't care about safety. That's not true. This actually is my original Shimano shifter and brake. It's all in one. So I didn't really want to try and dismantle this or anything, so I just left these on here. So the kit will work with the throttle only, without the PAS sensor and without those safety switches. So I have the cables for that down here. I need to seal these off so no water or anything gets in there, but it will work basically as a motorcycle. Alright, so now that I've given you an overview of the conversion kit, I'm going to go out and show you the different performance levels of the 5 PAS settings, because it increases incrementally as you go from 1 to 5. So it is nighttime right now, but I'm going to do my best to capture this. I have the current level at the bottom there, so we'll just see what we get. So this is PAS setting level 1. So we leveled off. Alright, so now I got it at level 2. Alright, level 3. Alright, this is level 4. Alright, and lastly, level 5. Alright, so all of these tests were done with no pedaling at all. That was all throttle only. And I tried to ease into the throttle to reduce the amount of torque on that dropout like I explained earlier, so you might have noticed the current kind of wobbling around a little bit until I hit top speed because I was easing into the throttle. Man, there's something scary about going that fast on a bike. I did not use any pedaling at all. I did not pedal the bike whatsoever. That was all throttle only, and those were the top speeds that I was able to achieve without pedaling. Pedaling. So it's kind of cool to be able to use the PAS level to limit your top speed and be able to just go for a leisurely cruise if you want to and just let the bike do all the work. The slower you go, the farther you can go. I think that goes without saying. As you drain a battery faster, you get less energy from it. And I'm really happy with this kit overall. I really like this screen. If you do decide to order this, please get the LCD screen. The LED screen is literally just little LEDs that light up to show you things. I haven't used it myself, but I have a feeling that it's probably really chintzy compared to this. This is a really nice screen. And there's further menus that you can go into to switch it from miles per hour to kilometers per hour and things like that. And if anybody out there wants me to, I can do a video on that. But yeah, overall, I'm super happy with the bike. I've got almost 70 miles on it so far, and I've had zero issues with it at all. Battery works great, this controller works great, it doesn't get hot. I feel it every time I go out for a ride, and typically there's a stretch about a quarter mile long at my work that I kick it up to PAS level 5 and just try and get off that street because people are idiots out there. So I try and just get off that street as fast as possible, and I always check this thing. It's aluminum, and it's barely even warm to the touch. All right, everyone, that's it for this video. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you on the next one. Oh yeah, forgot to mention one thing. If you do pedal with this, you will get slightly faster speeds than what I showed here. So like, for example, on PAS level 5, the fastest speed that I've seen on this readout was about 33 miles an hour. And just wanted to throw that out there because I don't really know why, but I did. All right, see ya.